Hi everybody. Yeah, I've been taking a lot of time off. My husband was on vacation and things have been going on here, a lot of training going on at work, a lot of hours, things like that. So no, I did not forget about you. No, I did not quit. So you guys always panic. I'm still here. Um, but I'm just going to go over the quick beginning spiel. If you don't know how to take Garcinia, there's a caption right above that tells you how to take it. The way that's going to give you the best results, basically. There is a link below. That is the Pure Garcinia, which is a well-known, trusted site. It has been around way before I even started taking the Garcinia, and I've been on it for over a year now. So, I mean, it's not one of those fly-by-night sites. Am I a part of them? Am I affiliated with them? No, I just let them advertise on my videos. And I get a lot of you judging me about that, and you can flip off because it's a trusted site that I know, and the brand that they have works. So I'm okay with having them advertise on my videos. But do I work for them? No. So don't get it twisted because you're going to get flipped it, okay? Getting right into the results, since I have been off for the last 3 weeks or 2 weeks, whatever it's been. I actually took my measurements on the 24th. So even though today is the 26th, I did do my measurements on the 24th. I've been doing them on a routine of every week, but I'm not going to go over the last 3 weeks of my measurements, you know, like I normally do on my videos. I'm just going to give you a recap of where I'm at now and how it went. Some of the, like my arms would go up, then they go down, and it's a lot to do with the Garcinia helps you build muscle. So even though it's burning the fat, and I've been working out at work, you know, moving around, being more active, squatting, getting down to lower shelves, putting stuff up on the higher shelves, stuff like that. So my muscles have been getting worked out. So they would fluctuate up and down, but like I said, I'm just going to give you a ballpark rounded out average of where I'm at now and the overall course. Okay, so I've been averaging about a pound a week, so that's a good thing. And I know a lot of it I gained right back up like around Christmas time when I got depressed because of losing, or, you know, from quitting the other job and the money situation and everything, you know, so I packed a lot of that back on. So now that I'm back on track, it's good to see that the weight that I had gained back on, that is now coming back off. So overall I've lost 3 pounds. So I'm down to 212, and then my arms went up and went down, but right now they're at 13. So overall I only gained a 1/4 inch because they had both went down and they went back up. So right now they're both at 13, which I'm okay with. And then my chest stayed the same all for the whole duration. So I'm still at 46. My waist, I went down an inch. It was actually, now it's an inch, but it was like a 1/4 inch, and a 1/4 inch, then a 1/2 inch. So I'm actually at an inch as of now. So that's at 43. My hips were like the same thing. It was a 1/4 inch, then a 1/2 inch, and then a 1/4 inch this week. So I actually lost a whole inch total on my hips. So I'm down to 51. And then my size just stayed, actually, no, they did drop down and they went back up. So right now they're like even keel. And they're both at 25. So they're as if as nothing happened. So like I said, they bounced around back and forth. Either way, I'm right back to 25 with my thighs. So no biggie there. But that's the overall easy sum up quick for the time that I took off for the vacation and whatnot. Now I've been getting a lot of people judging, like one asshole saying, and I don't know if you're male or female, because on those Google Plus sites you put up a page name and I have no idea what it is. Either way, being very rude, saying, well, why is it you look the same as you did in your first video a year later, looking the same way you did? Well, if you'd listened to the videos, or if you saw anything, or if you knew anything about weight loss, this is a healthy way that I'm losing it. And I did not do this to pass anybody else's judgment or to get anybody else's approval. I did this for my own good. I did this for my own self, not for anybody. So I'm not looking for your approval. So I don't care if you think that I look the same as I did in the video 1 to video now. I don't care, because guess what? Like, I don't know, all my regular followers, hello, I'm not speaking directly to you. you know that I had not too long ago gone over the whole video thing of over this whole duration of me losing for the year. My inches are still ultimately down. My weight might be still calculating back up close to where I was. I'm not there yet. And this is the first thing I've ever done weight loss wise where I was not exercising. I did not change my diet. And yes, I said that and I mean it. I am not exercising and I did not change my diet. That I'm still getting results on and that I'm still under what I originally started at. Any other thing I've ever done, if it was Weight Watcher, well, I take that back. I never did Weight Watchers because I'm not a calorie counter. The Atkins diet. I've done the, the Stackers. I've done the Hydroxy Cuts. I was under Dr. Lowardo's weight loss program where every hour or every week, Monday through Friday, I had to go to his exercise class for an hour, and then at the end of the week he'd weigh us and he gave us diet pills to take. And the minute I stopped it or altered it a little, anything I did, all the different diets I've done, cutting out breads, cutting out this, only going with browns, no whites, things like that. All that shit's bullshit. Because the minute you alter the slightest thing that you've changed, you alter it a little or you stop doing it 100% of what you did, it all comes back, and it comes back with extra friends. So every time I did something like that, and I call those scam diets, I would gain what I lost and gain some even extra. So that's what put me ultimately where I was to begin with. And I've been on this a year, and I'm not dieting, and I'm not exercising, and I'm still under the weight that I started at, and my inches are still majorly under where I started at. So to me, that's an ultimate improvement. And for me, I'm happy with it. I'm satisfied with my results. So if you don't like them, I don't care. I'm not doing this for you. And if I offend you, oh well, quit watching the video. I don't care. Because this is not for you. This was all for me. And then when I did the first video, I ultimately did it because I was irritated that I couldn't find anything. And they all, it was such a big hype, blah, blah, blah. But I do this mainly for my friends that are out there, which are probably the ones that are watching this particular person. If it is even a person, if it's not just a company trying to sabotage, because I've been getting that a lot too. A lot of companies are trying to come to me and ask me to participate with them, and I'm not about that. And so I'm getting a lot of bashing going on, and I'm like, I got quite a few that'll post like, and I've talked to you guys about this several times. I hate Google Plus with a passion. If I could delete it anyway without eliminating my YouTube, I would, but unfortunately that's not a possibility. It's not how it works. But I get quite a few that say, oh, I've lost so many pounds in like 19 pounds in 3 weeks. I'm on this. Check out this website. And then they got the link right below. Then right below that, another person is typing, oh, I bought it from there too. It works well. They're all companies or a company promoting out all these Google Plus fake sites. And I know they're fake because there's a couple of them. And well, since I go through and I block them immediately because I don't want to deal with the bullshit, I try to block them and ban them from my YouTube channel and from the Google Plus, so I'm not irritated with them anymore. But they use the same profile pictures, or they use Brenda's, and I even sent Brenda, instant message asking her, is this you? Did you change your last name? And she's like, no. And I'm like, but this is your picture, right? And she's like, yeah. So, I mean, they're just fake, shady people. So I don't care for it anyway. We'll get off that subject anyway. But as long as you're getting good results and you're happy with it, don't let anybody else bully you or make you change your mind or doubt you, or you start to doubt yourself because of what somebody else is saying. Do it for yourself and do it for nobody else, just like I'm doing. I'm doing it for myself and nobody else. And I'm happy with the results that I'm getting. I feel good about myself. And I notice my eating is less. So it's like, there's self-gratifications that I find that other people might not make common sense out of. And there's a lot of people out there that are trying to do this because they see all the false advertisements that are out there saying, oh, I lost 19 pounds in 2 weeks or this or that. And then they try it and they don't get the same results and they get mad. Or they want to drop you know, 15 pounds to get in a wedding dress, or they want to drop 15 pounds by the summer, blah, blah, blah. For me, I'm doing this for my ultimate health, and I want to get back down to a goal weight where I originally was before my children. Not saying I want to be a toothpick like I used to be. I mean, all throughout high school I was a size 0, so I don't want to be that extremely skinny anymore. And of course, with my rack and my back being like this on a tree, I don't even know how that would work. Anyway, now it would look nasty, so no, I don't want to be that skinny. But just like a good weight for my age and my height would be perfect for me. So like somewhere around like 140, 145 to me would be perfect, because that's what the doctors say is ideal for me. So I would like to get down back to there. And the reason why I am so high is with each one of my last 3 pregnancies, I gained 30 pounds. So, or actually I gained 60 and only lost 30 when I had them. So I packed on 30 pounds with each one of my last 3 pregnancies. So there's 90 pounds overweight right there that I did not shake. And the Garcinia is actually helping me do that, and it's reshaping my body. So I'm happy with it, as long as I'm healthy and my breathing's better. So it's like, plus I had the sinus surgery again. Well, you guys remember when I did it. And a lot of that had to do with the things going on here in the house, but we took care of that as well too. So, but, I mean, I want you guys to know, and I see so many of you try to rebut and come to my defense, and I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate it to no end. But I'm not going to let somebody bully me. I'm not going to let somebody force me out or make me so mad that I'm going to quit, or I'm not that kind of a person. And then I've been getting a lot of you messaging me about, when I talk about relationships, why do I single it out just to male and female? I don't single it out. You got to understand, I'm with my husband, so I'm all stickly, I guess, as you want to say, without being disgusting about saying it. But I'm not against anybody being lesbian. I'm not against anybody being gay. And I have quite a few gay friends, and I know quite a few, I mean, I have quite a few good lesbian friends. So it's like, and I have so many of you on Facebook that I talk to. So, I mean, whenever I say something like that, I usually say it in text of how, from my personal, you know, relationship, I don't mean it that way. If you're a guy and you have a guy, take it as you two. And if you're a girl and you have a girlfriend, take it as it is, like I'm speaking to you two. I don't want anybody to feel like I'm discriminating against anybody, because I'm not, by no means. Relationship in general means anybody and everybody. So I just want you guys to know that I'm not trying to single you guys out or leaving you out, because I'm not. I love you all, so don't get me wrong. And I've already told my husband if he keeps screwing up, then I'm flipping to the other side of the fence. So I am by no means just straight one way and this and that for my opinions. Speaking of opinions, Roseanne, not to get off the subject here of that, but the whole thing we talked about on Facebook with the 50 Shades of Grey, I am a movie goer, and I love to watch movies. I don't know if Dr. Phil would say, if he's 100% right, saying that anybody who is a movie lover is a depressed person, and they live their life through movies. I mean, just because I'm a movie freak, back when I was little, when VCRs first came out, the boyfriend I was with at the time, his mother, well, we were good friends, but his mother went and got a VCR, and a video store was right down the street from us. So that was one of our biggest pastimes, was every day we go rent 5 videos, and we would watch all 5 of them. So I kind of grew up loving to watch film. And I ultimately wanted to be an FX specialist, makeup artist and whatnot, but my brain is not capable of doing that. Just like my ultimate dream when I was little was to be a veterinarian, or not actually a veterinarian, but to be a zoologist. But I don't have the memory capability like my mother does for to be that kind of an aspect. I just don't, and I realize that. So I'm not trying to shoot for some kind of dream that I know realistically I'm never going to match. So anyway, but I wouldn't say that I live my life through movies. Do I talk about movies? Yes, because I love movies. But I don't ultimately live my life through movies, and I'm not depressed because I watch movies. So, I mean, I don't know if I read how you wrote it out of content. Maybe. I don't know. And maybe the way I responded to you, you thought I was reading it out of content. But that's not what I meant. By far, that's not what I meant. But as far as the 50 Shades of Grey, I mean, I am not a reader by far because I have dyslexia. So with me having dyslexia, going through school, being bullied because I read slower, because I always had to let my mind and my eyes catch up together for what was coming out of my mouth because of the dyslexia. So I always got made fun of. So I just chose not to read. Not saying that I can't read. It's harder for me to read. So, I mean, I went through college and everything, so it's not that I can't. It's just I prefer not to if I can have my way. If I could, that's probably one of the reasons why I do like movies more so than books. But I'm infatuated with movies, especially when they make them like gore movies and they make them so realistic looking. That's like the ultimate thing for me, is like sci-fi and horror. Those are just, I get into those. And of course the drama aspect of a good horror is really getting, and of course I like comedies because I love to laugh. But so the 50 Shades of Grey, when I don't even remember if I was listening to B96 or if I was listening to Kiss FM, I don't remember what it was, but they were talking about it, and they were saying that it was so over the top and so erotic, and of course that's right up my alley. And my grandma used to read romance novels. My mom reads romance novels, but they're more the Don Fabio type of, and that to me is dreamy kind of love story, not realistic. Is that really the average, relationship out there? No. But the 50 Shades of Grey caught my interest, so I thought, oh, I'll buy a book and we'll see, and I'm not really a reader, but from the minute I started reading that book, it was in the car with me, it went in the bathtub with me, if I was taking a shit, it didn't matter, I had my book with me. Yes, I just said that, people, yes, I did. But I took my book with me everywhere, and if I had a spare moment, I was reading that book. No sooner than I was even halfway through it, we were at Costco's, I think, and they had volumes 2 and 50 Shades Darker and 3. So it's like I bought both of them, and I wasn't even done with 1 yet. So I was ready. So as soon as I was done with 1, I was right into 2. And as soon as I was done with 2, I was right into 3. And I could not put them down, because the whole sexual innuendo, yes, just drug me in because I'm a freak like that. Now, I know you said something about the fact that that didn't woo you, basically, that you get your thrills at home. I get my thrills at home too with my husband. I mean, our relationship has no problems as far as that goes. And he's good about like holding my hand and kissing me out in public, things like that. So that's not an issue either. But in the book, the chivalry he shows her is extreme. And what woman, no matter how good her husband is, wouldn't want that kind of chivalry shown to her and that level of respect shown to her? Realistically, are we going to see it? Probably not, because the way society has raised men to be, that, the old testimonials don't hold time anymore. The man doesn't walk on the outside of the street and the woman in the inside of the street, so that way she doesn't get hit by a car. The man holding the door open for her everywhere she goes, holding her purse, if she's cold, giving the jacket. I mean, things like that, just not, some still do occasionally, but do they do it all the time and repetitively? Not so much. And if you have one that does, then you are lucky. Keep him and don't let go. But we would all like to have that. All of us to be put on a pedestal, like we are the queen of England, you know? Who wouldn't want to be treated like that? And as far as the sex goes, you said, I think you called it torture. I don't, well, if you're not into that kind of thing, then I guess it would be torture. But if you're into kinky, that's not torture, honey. That's foreplay. And that's my kind of foreplay. Oh, yeah. Bring it. So, I wouldn't say I'm lacking thrills, but am I open to new ideas? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'll try anything once, at least. And of course, if I like it, then we'll just put it right on the check on the roster. We're going to do it more. But so, I mean, the book I ultimately liked just because it wasn't the normal, typical romance novel love story, and it does have a plot. You say you didn't keep reading it because it didn't keep your interest, but it does have a plot. It is a love story. He has, you know, problems in his life that you're trying to figure out what it is that is his issue. So, you know, it does keep you involved if you can get past the kinky sex parts. If you can read past that and that doesn't deter you. And I have one girlfriend who, Lenny, I'm busting you out, sorry, who was reading it, was all into it, but then she stopped reading it because it was getting her mad at her boyfriend because he wasn't like that. and she wanted that. So she actually stopped reading it because it was making her mad. And then she would hear me and my girlfriend Penny talking about it. She's like, oh, I should read it. But then she never went back to reading it. Either way, it was the big talk. And the only point I was trying to make is in the book, she does not dress him up to be the guy they picked to play the part. He's supposed to be very seductive, very luring, very deep, worshiping eyes, and highlighted, you know, brushful hair, you know, shorter but longer on the top. So, I mean, the guy that they caught for the part, I think maybe they could have dressed him up more. I mean, even if they kept him to play the part, why didn't they highlight his hair? You know, like it was in the book, you know, why didn't they give him contacts or something to make his eyes more endearing? Things of that nature. Plus, he's supposed to be really tall. And compared to her height in the movie and him, he doesn't look like he's that much taller than her. I mean, it wasn't in the book like that. He was like, you know, Paul Bunyan or anything. But I mean, there was just a little bit of a evenly proportioned height, I guess, would be the word to say. But, I mean, I just like the books. And I'm considering, and yeah, I can't remember who else posted on it about the flight, and the flight was in volume 2. So yeah, they're probably going to roll all 3 in. So that kind of upset me that it's going to be all 3 volumes in one movie, because then I know how are you going to pick out the good sex scenes and leave out the bad? I just don't know. There was a lot. there was a lot. So, and what woman don't want to have sex a lot? Well, I guess there are some that don't. Not me. I like to have sex a lot. So, considering as much as there was in the book, I know the movie is not going to be like that. So it's going to be a true eye opener to see how much of a difference it's going to be. But I can't wait. So Valentine's Day, bring it on. How many months we got to go? And so I didn't mean to make you think that I was, getting offended or that I was taking it to heart. It was just the way that I read it from the way you wrote it that I'm, you know, misread into it. But I just wanted to make sure you knew that that's not the way I meant it or why I was reading it. So anyway, I just wanted to put that out there as far as opinions. Yes, we all can express them, and yes, we have the right to. Like so many like to judge me on YouTube over this. So, you know, we can express them, and it doesn't mean we have to take them to heart or hold judgment to them. Just like if somebody bullies me on here, I don't care, and I let it bounce off, you know, in one ear and out the other. Just as much as you guys should do the same. When somebody comes to you with something negative, don't look at yourself and beat yourself up over it. You know, look at them for what they said to you. It's coming from them. It's all about them. It ain't got nothing to do with you. Either they're jealous or they're mad or whatever. They're just stupid. So just ignore them. You know, you're not even worth, or they're not even worth you getting stressed over or bent out of shape over because they're stupid. So just let it go. You know, be happy with yourself and, you know, follow your own heart. Don't do something for somebody else. And, you know, if you are doing something like that for somebody else, then you're not doing it for the right reason. You need to do it for you. Because if you're ultimately not in it for yourself, you're not going to stay true to it. Something's going to sabotage you, or you're going to sabotage yourself. Either way, you know, you got to do it for yourself, and you got to be true to you of what you want. What am I? Sorry, am I getting in your way? Hold on, I must be. Maybe not. Can you see her? She's over here laying down. Did Mommy wake you? Since I woke her. Say hello to Bella. Can you say hello? Can you say hello? Kisses? Oh, is that what woke you up? Fireworks? Yeah, we're way past 4th of July and they're still doing fireworks. Tell them to stop that fireworks. I'm trying to sleep. Anyway, so I'm going to let you go because now that she's up, she's probably got to go outside because she's doing really good at housebreaking, so I don't want to break her stride. And I will see you next week, considering my off days at work pretty much seem to be like either Thursday or Friday. I'm going to try to get my videos on those days because those seem to be the days that they always seem to schedule me off. I don't know how I got the whole weekend off this week. Although I'm taking advantage of it because I weed whacked the yard, I mowed the lawn, cleaned out the pool, you know, took care of a whole bunch of stuff, and say we were just terrorizing the yard, weren't we? So I'm taking advantage of it. Bad part is he's been working for the last couple days, so I only will have tomorrow off with him. So it sucks. Our schedules rotate like that. Hey, don't chew on my bracelet. But we will see you later. And like I said, probably about Thursday or Friday. Okay? See you later. Say bye-bye!